If you are coding on Windows and you touch your mouse, you are wasting 30% of your life. I'm not joking. Today, I'm going to brain dump you with all the necessary VS Code shortcuts that top 1% engineers use to code at the speed of thought. We are going from basic to be a monster in coding in Visual Studio Code. Basically, flying through the software with shortcuts. And stick around because the last shortcut is so broken that it literally changed how I write software forever. Let's get to basic navigation in Visual Studio Code. Run the shortcut Ctrl P. Type the file name that you want to locate. So in this case, I'm looking for the file called car card. Okay, so when that happens, it will lead you to the file. I don't want you to go to the Explorer tab, then manually look through folders and look for the file and then click on it. Nope, you're a junior developer. So run Ctrl P, that's the shortcut again. Look for your file and you're good to go. Now, if you don't know this shortcut, then you're a junior developer.
Huh?
Now, here we go. Ctrl B to toggle throughout these pages, okay? That should be it. Now, also, if you are clicking the source control tab, clicking debugging, clicking extensions, well, you are a junior developer. Learn these shortcuts. You run Ctrl-Shift-G, and that sends you to the source control tab. Okay?
Okay.
Keep that in mind. And to go to your extensions, Ctrl-Shift-X. Don't use your mouse. Okay? Now, let's say you want to go to the terminal. Don't move your mouse cursor and click on this panel to open it. You're joking. You're a junior developer. The situation that you have to do so is this shortcut. Ctrl+J if you're on Windows. And that should be it. You're in your terminal session and you can do whatever you want to do. And please, okay, don't click on add with your mouse. This is what you have to do. Click on Ctrl-Shift, okay, new terminal session. It is Ctrl-Shift and then you get it, you're in a new terminal session. So that's how you create a new terminal session. Please don't forget this. It will make you very productive. Now, let's say I want to go through my code base and look for a niche variable across my project. Now run Ctrl-Shift-F if you're on Windows and search for that variable that you're looking for. So in this case, the variable that I'm looking for is car. So now when I do that, it searches all across my project, which is cool, right? Ctrl-Shift-F, global search. So I'll look for car models and look at that. I'm in the exact location where it is. I click on it and I get into the file where I have the global search for car models and I'm good to go. Now, please don't make the mistake of clicking on this, clicking on this, clicking on this, clicking on this. You are using the damn mouse. If I want to navigate throughout my code base without the mouse, this is the shortcut you have to use. Control and then tab. And all that I just have to do, scroll through, hit tab throughout, and locate the file that I want. So in this case, I'm going to banner.tsx. That is it. You don't need the mouse anymore to navigate throughout tabs in your Visual Studio Code project. The next stage for us is God tier editing. Okay? Navigation is cute, alright, but editing is whereby you become a senior dev. Basically, you use Visual Studio Code almost as if you are using NeoVim and Vim. You get it? Please like and subscribe if you've learned a lot already. So, to make things much easier for me, shop brand. Okay, so this file, shopbrand.tsx. So this is very interesting because we are going to edit things like a monster here. Okay. So let's say I want to put the directory file here from line 16 to line 18. All that I have to do is run alt down. That will move the code, the line of code anywhere you want down, and alt up to move it upwards, alt up to move things up, alt down to move things downwards. That type of cycle. Okay, so keep that in mind. Alt up, alt down, and that's nice, right? But what if I want to duplicate this line of code? So to duplicate this line of code, run alt shift down, alt shift down, alt shift down. So I'll just destroy that. But that is not it. I know what you guys do when you're deleting a line of code. You mostly hit backspace till it's completely gone. You're a junior developer.
What?
Let's get back to business. And some of you guys to run Ctrl X for weird reason to remove the line of code. That's also very, very inappropriate. So I'm running Ctrl Z again. To remove such a line of code, then you don't have to worry about it being part of your clipboard. You run Ctrl Shift key if you're on Windows and on Linux, I guess, but for Mac OS users, figure that out yourself. Okay?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Let's say I want to actually insert a line below, even when the cursor is, well, in the middle. So I can run Ctrl Enter, and you see what happened? The cursor was here previously, and when I hit Ctrl Enter, we create a new line, and then, well, we start typing. I know what you guys do. You move the cursor, and then when you get to the end, then you just click on Enter. If you do that, this is the correction for you. Don't do that. Good. So if you also know that the opposite is also true, Ctrl Shift Enter, and we create a new cursor at the topmost part when we are editing. You get it? Now, the next one is my favorite. Okay, this multi-cursor editing. You will look like some guru as you are editing and writing code. So this is what I like to do. Let's say I have some chunk of code that's still in CSS. This is very useful. It's a lot of syntax. Okay, banner. Now, I have some lines of code here. So, for example, this BG white, okay, that's one of my tailwind CSS styling, and I want to change the white to black. Don't be a junior developer and edit everything manually. That's not helpful at all. So this is the shortcut that will help you. Run Ctrl D and then Ctrl D again. So that will be selecting all those instances. Okay, and then I'll change this to BG black. That's nice. But to make things even much better, there is even a much better shortcut, which is Ctrl Shift L. Okay, this case, it selects all instances of that by default, but I mostly don't prefer that because sometimes it can select things that you don't really like. So I like Ctrl Shift D, but this case is Ctrl Shift L. That will select all instances here, and you can actually replace them. So white. Interesting shortcuts, right? This is even more breaking. I told you the last shortcuts are going to really break your mind, and I'm really right about this. So in this case, I have the text called class name. I click on F12. Okay, so when I click on F12, what it does is it goes to the definition of where the file is located. So I know there are some guys that actually use Control and then use their mouse to click on it. I told you, we are not using any mouse here. We are just pretty much using the keyboard. So If you want to go to a definition with your keyboard only, that's the shortcut for you, F12. So just move your arrow keys to that location and yeah, pretty damn fine. Okay, so let me go back to banner.tsx. That's amazing, right? Okay, this one will even break your mind further. F2. So this one is very useful. So just like how we renamed things across the board with and selected stuff and we wanted to rename them, with F2 is can rename things all across your project. With class name here, I can change it to class and when I click on enter, everything is going to be named as class. So look at this. When I go to control tab again to look for a new file, when I go to this file and we pretty much scroll across the board. So if you want to scroll without using your mouse keys, click on control and then your up and arrow down keys and you scroll. You see every instance of the word called class name has been changed to the word class, right? That's very wonderful, as you can see. So if you want to rename things all across your code base without any hassle, that's the command for you. You get it? You really get it? Good. So I'm going to actually change it because, well, I don't want to crash my Next.js application. So I'll go with class name and that's it. We renamed the whole project file, basically. Nice. Open a new project in a new window, okay? Your next command is Ctrl-Shift-N. And when you run this, you are pretty much in a very good position. You open a new window, and if you want to actually look for other projects in your window, okay, your recent project in your window, this is the shortcut you use, Ctrl-R. So when you run Ctrl-R, you'll see the list of the projects that you have. So in this case, I'm going to a new project. So I'll call new project here. So with the source code here, these are one of the commands that you need to know. Now let's say I want to actually change the theme of my project. So to change the theme of my project, I run Ctrl-K and T. And I get options to actually change to light theme for some weird reason if you're a light theme nerd, or well, dark theme, which is basically my favorite. That's also nice. Also, if there are any more shortcuts that you think will really be helpful, please drop them down in the comment section. Like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.
Okay.